Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Parmesha, Department of Botany, St. Joseph's University, Bengaluru.
Welcome to the Botany Open Elective course Gardening and Landscaping Technology.
Here's a question. If you're eyeing a few nice plants at your local nursery but don't have place for it outdoors, what will you do? If there is no outdoor, keep it indoors. Exactly right. Okay. So indoor, keep it indoor. So even for that, we require space, but not as we think. Okay. So because even in indoor gardening, we have several types. Okay. Even small window sill is enough. Some corner is enough. Even small wall is enough. So like that's how indoor garden has popularized across the world because people wanted to have plants, but there's a lack of space in their outdoors. They started growing plants there indoor. Okay, so that's how indoor garden has started. Yeah, so we have a constraint for space, but really we want to add some outdoor ambience to indoor. Okay, what we can do, we have to invite some plants, invite some flowers, invite some herbs, invite some vegetable plants. So share quarter of with you. See here. So this is space. This is our living area. Um, we have a space for our teapot table. Okay, for many other things, but of course we have adjusted some plants because we don't have space outdoor to grow these plants, but indoor, so some of we adjusted. And one way, this is actually economic point of view, ecological point of view, social point of view. Okay, this is giving benefit for us. Okay, that's how indoor garden is actually popularized. Okay, we have various types of indoor gardening. Of course we're going to study few representative so from this indoor gardening. So we have almost some 10 types of 10 different types of gardening. We'll spend on 1 hour on each. So today we're going to talk about indoor and outdoor gardens. Of course, outdoor gardens generally whatever we see on outside. Okay, but indoor gardening is very interesting as quite challenging too. First of all, why do we need indoor gardens? Already you told indoor gardens because one is a space constraint. Number one. Okay, so what is the number two? So as you mentioned, distance between people and nature becomes more due to rapid industrialization, urbanization. That's the main thing, exactly what you told just now. And you know, another interesting thing, the study shows that people spend on average 80% of their time indoors. Okay, therefore, the health risk due to indoor air pollution may be much greater than outdoor air pollution. Okay, so especially where we spend lots of our time. Okay, so this was one study showed this. And indoor environmental quality, that's called IEQ, can play an important role to work performance, okay, productivity and health of the building users. As you mentioned, okay, yes, because it should appeal, it should satisfy. Okay, it should appeal and it should satisfy. Sometimes if it is really more polluted air, or if you're not seeing any greenery around us, okay, so that might indirectly affect our work performance, productivity and the health of that particular person who is living in that. Okay, and additionally, the deterioration of indoor air quality. Okay, two of you mentioned, one mentioned it will keep cool and another mentioned oxygen. Okay, so yes, lack of oxygen will leads, okay, health issues. Sometimes though we have a good job, but because of that environment, okay, the job satisfaction so might affect. Okay, that's why many people used to say vastu, no, so vastu is nothing but scientific way where, so where exactly the window has to be kept, so where exactly the door has to be kept, where exactly the water has to be kept. That, I mean, that means, so the way, because everything depend on sunlight. Okay, so light and temperature. Okay, so sunlight and air, which way the air has to pass, in which way the temperature has to come. So morning and evening we have to get some light. So this is how they made similar way. Okay, even keeping a plant will play a major role, and it will enhance, okay, it will enhance our work efficiency and increase our productivity. Okay, so that's why if we lack of really greenery, okay, so and aesthetic and beautiness, so in our indoors, so it will really affect our day-to-day life. Okay, again, purpose of growing plants indoors, so as we mentioned some, okay, aesthetic and beauty. Okay, so some just we grow for flowers, some we just we grow for green leaves, some really for food. Okay, somebody mentioned in that Mentimeter, okay, chili plants, yes, some tomato plants, yes, tomato and chili, they grow for tomato, chili and some other beans, other plants also, so they'll grow along with that. But apart from that, if there is no space outdoor, what you're going to do, so you have to keep that, indoor. Okay, so to overcome space constraint, indoor gardens are so really useful, and growing plants indoor to overcome all these issues. And additionally, so there are harsh environment. Okay, sometimes the outdoor climate may be too harsh for our outdoor garden. Okay, so of course we have some space, but so we can't maintain those outdoor gardens, because in those areas, okay, so it might be really hot, or always rainy, or always snowy. So it might affect your garden, outdoor garden. In those cases, so indoor garden is a best option. Okay, so in harsh environment, indoor garden is a so quite a best option to keep that the environment clean, green, and elevate mood and happiness. And air purifier, so somebody mentioned, okay, so they are not just produce oxygen. Additionally, they also absorb contaminants in the air, especially benzene and formaldehyde. If you are using any glues, okay, so at home, okay, so there's a evaporation, okay, of formaldehyde, okay, and release of formaldehyde in that. Suppose if you have furniture, if they use any glues, the gums, so there the formaldehyde used to release for a long time, and those things can be absorbed by these indoor plants. Okay, so that's how you have to choose plants and grow them. Okay, and maintenance should be relatively easy. Okay, so of course many plants will suitable for indoor, but you can't grow each and everything, because again we have to maintain that. If you are not a full-time gardener and we are doing some other work, but we have to keep indoor garden, so the maintenance will also consume some of your time in those cases. So we have to choose planters and supplement outdoor gardening. So that means sometimes you have outdoor gardening, but during some harsh environment, but not throughout the year. Okay, just like what I told in the third point, harsh environment. So it's a seasonal harsh environment. Okay, extremely high raining, extremely high temperatures might damage plants. Okay, outdoor gardening. So that time, sometimes they used to bring those plants to inside. Okay, they'll keep it for a seasonal, okay, at that particular season. Again, after the season over, they can transfer them back to outside. So that's how. So they also growing plants indoor. Okay, so will be supplement outdoor gardening too. Okay, so this is how, okay, the indoor garden so can be contribute to our aesthetic beauty, overcome space constraint, and helps in harsh environment, and purifying air quality, and absorb contaminants, okay, in the air. So overall, so by summing up whatever I told, so 5 points in the above, okay, we can say indoor gardens have unexpected advantages, not only cleaning the air and cleaning the air, but also helping to elevate our mood within the small space.
With this, I end my class by acknowledging the respective people and also the respective website for their lively and informative photographs and information. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe the channel for more and updated information.